YouTube, how the heck you doing? This is Corey here with Watcher of Realms. So we are going through the next installment of Guild v Guild, right? So this is season 6 now. Really quick, let me just go back for a second. We actually placed number 29 in the Gladiator gauntlet. A little bit unlucky because we were honestly really close to getting top 16. We went against guild number 5 and we had like a 5% difference, I believe. But we just weren't able to like kind of seal the deal. So top 29, not horrible. All right, so let's see. As I usually do, I go to the personal record and let's just run through this and see how we did, what works, what doesn't work. And honestly speaking, shout out to this guild because I think they have probably figured out what is going to be one of the most annoying teams to go against for this upcoming season. So we'll see what that is. First and foremost, this is a pretty simple defend. They went ahead, dropped necros, healers, tank, dogs, rare tank. First thing that I noticed is, realistically speaking, the units are low level. Also, I'm just going to preface this. I kind of trolled here, at least on this war. I forgot that garnets are a thing and that my Mari is not in HP gear. So you'll see that this team performs significantly worse than what it should if my Mari was properly geared. So pretty simple. They're just going to go ahead and try to swarm this, but Valderon is doing all the damage in the world. They're literally just not able to. The way that this team really works is you need to go ahead and take out Mari because she's just going to constantly stop these units right here. Valderon is just going to constantly chunk them out. So that's how this team functions. Very simple. Very simple in concept. That's the win. Pretty simple. Pretty simple. I think the next one actually lost. So let's see. Complete. Personal record. Down. Yep. So this one is a loss. They have the garnets. So this is exactly what I said, right? I noticed that my Mari is in attack gear, not HP. So he's going to drop the garnets. Sniper. Bam, gone. And at this point, this run looks completely different because all he needs to do realistically is just fly at this point. Because Maw, he's going to do damage, right? But he's not going to do enough damage to really prevent this run from being successful. So what he does is he actually goes ahead and baits the Maw ult with those rare flyers, sends the Legos out immediately after. And what's going to happen is Maw can go ahead and slow these down. He can ult. He can do whatever he wants. But he's not going to go ahead and take care of them. Doesn't matter. Right? They're literally just going to fly through. Takes care of the backline here. Should snipe hollow. There we go. And then he just sends the flyers. Same thing occurs. Even if he ults, they're going to fly through. That's GG. Super simple. And honestly speaking, right? That will work every single time if you snipe the Mari. Even though his garnets are level 2, if you snipe the Mari, that means that the Maw isn't going to be able to slow down the units, chunk them out, and just kind of keep them in this perpetual loop of being stunned or, being frozen, being knocked back, frozen, knocked back. So that's how the team really works. It's basically a stall comp. Let's see here. So I attack this comp. Here it is, right? So I'm going to slow this video, this like replay down. So this comp is absolutely disgusting in terms of the RNG that's involved, in terms of the damage that's involved because of the RNG. And you're going to see exactly what happens. Mind you, right? My healers are level 5. My tank is level 5. My dogs are level 5. My necros are level 5. So in terms of levels, they're high, right? So we drop the tank and the fool. Here is why this team is actually disgusting. Because of Torador's passive, at least his Lord bonus, Arrogance has a chance to double hit. Ajax can double hit. Hotsit can double hit. So, in terms of DPS, you have AoE, AoE, AoE. This team is absolutely disgusting because of how well it takes care of swarming. Hotsit is like the ultimate insurance policy because of her ult. She will take out dogs, she will take out skeletons, you name it. As you can see, she just took out that entire set of units there because they barely crossed this line. And then Arrogance, he's doing AoE damage because Torador is stunning, keeping them away. The only way this works is, as you see, I baited all the ults, sent out 6 dogs, they pass through, get stunned up, and they barely make it. That dog barely makes it. And realistically speaking, the bounce from Hotsit would have killed it, right? So you'll see this team a multitude of times because what I wanted to do is I wanted to figure out, all right, they're running multiple versions of this team. There has to be a strategy that actually works. So tested this. At first glance, it works because I was able to crack it. Got 2 dogs through. Very close though. So that's a little mental note for myself at the time. And then I go ahead and I think I chow the same team. Lower BP this time. However, here's the difference. The orientation this time is different. Ajax is here now, which means he literally clears this entire area. The other Ajax was honestly placed improperly. It was just placed in properly, just in general, right? So Hotsit's here now, which means it's much harder to go ahead and trigger her ult. Before, her ult would get triggered if any unit crossed here, right? Just got to this tile. Or technically if it crossed here. Now, her ult will only trigger if anything gets into this backline area, and it will even snipe this area too. So much more deadly. So let's just kind of watch this. I'm going to do the same strategy for the most part, which is drop the Fool, drop the tank, well, drop the tank after, drop the healer, double Necros. Now watch what happens, right? Looking good, right? The Necros are coming in, the Skeletons are coming in. Arrogance ults. Gone, gone, gone. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Ajax ults. Damage. Goodbye. Look at that. All the Necro spawns are literally gone, and now the Necros themselves are getting blasted. Now here's the funny thing, right? Hotsit still has ult. So even if I go ahead and drop the double dogs, which you will see me do, right? Necro spawned up. Hotsit still has ult. Nothing baited her ult. So watch this. Ult triggered. Torador stunned. I don't know how Torador stun hit those units back there, but okay. That's I'm pretty sure that was a stun. Or yeah, that makes no sense. That makes no sense how that happened. Okay. Unlucky, right? Now, I'm going to show you again. This is another team. Same concept, right? This time, I remember, I don't even get a dog through. So at this point, here's what I've realized. Based on these 3 separate attacks. This strategy has a little bit of merit to it. Right? You can use it. You have the ability to get at least some dogs through. However, it is largely reliant on RNG from Torador passive. Largely reliant on Ajax and how much damage Ajax does. And then how much damage Hotsit does. So it's very reliant on RNG. Because as you see here, these units are just getting absolutely one tapped. Just one tapped. And then I get to 10 cost, probably drop the dogs again. And here's the thing, you're still stuck in the same situation where Hotset will have ults. Doesn't matter. There you go. Also, I literally just forgot. Torador, when he's in ult, gives defense reduction. He gives defense reduction. So, it means Arrogance is going to do more damage. It means Hots is going to do more damage. So, in both those cases, man, it is a disgusting combination in terms of how much damage is then done. So, I changed the team, right? I went ahead and said, okay, like, dude, this is just not working, right? Also, here's a little bit of a variation. They're using Leia and Valdron, right? So first thing that tells me is, okay, there's less healing, right? There's no revive coming from Lily. So my goal is to go ahead and realistically proc Valdron passive, because every time he dies, he comes back to life basically, but he does less damage. So that's one thing that's important. And then two, if I can go ahead and force Torador's passive so he forcibly revives, that makes my destroyers much more potent. So let's just kind of run through it. Destroyer 1, Shielder. Probably going to wait for 7 cost, drop Destroyer number 2. Probably at the back. Yep. Now here we go, right? He just needs to survive and constantly keep Valdron passive clicked. Next set. Come on. Valdron passive. Dead. Easy. Right? Whenever you see units just kind of compacted together, it's so easy to just drop mages and then destroyers and then really just kind of take care of it. Just get it done. That's an easy team. That's not concerning. Personal record. Here we go. This is where the concept changes. So if you remember the previous ones, right? I was running the tanks first, well, the Fool, the tank, and then just kind of running through it. This is another variation of this comp. Super similar, but the difference is there's Carnelian, which means there's less heals, but technically more revives. So my goal here is realistically, at this point, can I kill Torador? Because if I kill Torador, then it's way easier. So, here's what happens. Get Torador low. Bam. He's really low at this point. So I'm less concerned, and I know my destroyer's on the way. So at this point, I should start proccing. There we go. Carnelian's ult. Torador. There we go. And I'm able to actually go ahead and get lucky and proc the Hotset ult. That's what kind of stems all this. Torador is just staying low, but he's kind of just drain tanking at this point. And fortunately, it's all hinged on the fact that Hotset's ult got triggered early, to where the dogs can run through here. And there we go. It is literally run only works because Hotset was triggered early. That's the only reason why it worked. Super lucky though, because otherwise the run fails. So the whole purpose, or the only way to really counter these Nightmare teams right now, is to trigger that ult. What happens here? My defense loses here. Probably same thing, right? He probably just drops the garnets, snipes Mari, flies over. Snipes her, flies over. Nothing new. So I'm not even going to watch that. Right? We already figured out how it works. Or at least the counter to it. Probably did autos. Let's see. Team is this? Ah, someone attacked the northern team. I want to see how this one kind of functioned, or at least how it did. Because the goal is to go ahead and, I'll just say it, it's obvious, right? My goal is to go ahead and bait garnets. Ah, hold on. That's interesting. So rare archers don't hit this tile. It's good to know. So he drops the garnets. He tries to snipe Boreas. Lily passive and ult trigger. He's not going to die. So that's perfect. That's exactly what I was hoping for. But I like what he tried to do. His goal was to use the rare archers to go ahead and trigger Lily passive on Boreas. Because the goal is for him to die. And then drop the garnets to go ahead and take him out. So, I like that idea. Smart. And then here we go. Just constantly going to keep them in loop. Yeah. This worked exactly how I wanted it to. That worked exactly how I wanted it to. So let's see. Personal record. What is this? I attack. I promise this team is just disgusting. It makes no sense. So this is with Lily now instead of Carnelian. Torador, I remember this one. Torador just does not go down. And I think Arrogance gets multiple procs of the double hit. Or something like that. Because my units just get melted. Yeah. Good God. Oh my gosh. That's disgusting. That is literally disgusting. That's disgusting. What do you even do? I mean, obviously, what you do is have higher BP, right? Have higher BP or maybe higher level dogs, level healers. But I'm already at like 600k. So, whatever. This is a simple team. This is the Piercer team. So, probably what I do is bait out the ults. Probably drop double tank. Probably drop double necros. Probably drop a healer afterwards. Good prediction. And then dogs. There we go. Alright. Simple. Reason being is Yovar and Silas are both going to just constantly focus on the lower HP units, which are going to be the skeletons. As long as you go ahead and bait out those ults, they don't do damage after that point. So it's easy to just ignore Pelagios as well and just run through. Also on top of it, Pelagios really just doesn't do damage unless you have Constance buffing him. So that's just like I know how the damage works on those units. This is a simple one. This is Ingrid, Ajax. So high magic, as long as I can drop 2 tanks that can just eat up Ingrid's damage. Or just drop 1 tank actually. Wait, anti-synergy. He is literally preventing Ingrid from doing any damage. And here's what happens. Ingrid drops that massive AoE. That literally tells me go, 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 go. Right? She's not going to do it for a little bit. Bam. I tank it. Dogs tank it. GG. Even if they didn't tank it, I could probably send another set of dogs and just run through. But literally, Ingrid doing her massive attack lets me know I can just run through. So, pretty simple. This map, I promise you, is going to be dominated by that nightmare comp. That comp is absolutely disgusting. We're going to win this war. But I want to see how the season progresses with comps like that. Anyways, that's it, right? Hopefully you learned something. I'm definitely going to go figure out how to go beat that nightmare comp consistently, because that is, once again, it's just disgusting. All right.